Okay, let me know when to go.
Hello, Tim. Can you please come downstairs and take the 2 phones that are...
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mid-Maryland Folklife Center here at Common Ground on the Hill on the campus of McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland. And you're at the first concert of our 3-week run here at Traditions Weeks. And we're awful glad to see you. Hopefully you're watching this live, but some of you may be tuning this in a year from now because all of this lives on our YouTube channel, the Common Ground on the Hill official YouTube channel. And what we do in our summer concerts is feature the instructors who are teaching at Traditions Weeks. Keep in mind, it's not too late to sign up for week 2 and week 3, which will be in person. And we also have a wonderful festival on the campus of McDaniel College, rain or shine, air conditioned, or good weather outside, with a wine and beer garden and appropriate measures to keep all that in place. 3 stages and some wonderful acts. That takes place on July 16th, a Saturday, and it combines the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention and the Common Ground on the Hill annual Roots Music and Arts Festival. But tonight, here comes our concert. And our first performer comes to us from Norfolk, Virginia. Amy's been part of the Common Ground experience for a number of years. She's a wonderful teacher and performer, and she has spread her talents far and wide, and I can't wait to see what she has sent us. This is a recorded submission. Make welcome all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Amy Farabee.
Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay, there are frail forms waiting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again. Oh, hard times come again no more.
This is a poem that was inspired by a lapel pin. It had T-H-E-Y in a circle with a slash across it, which I interpreted as no they. There is no they, no you or me. There has all together. We are all equal, so order doesn't matter. And it's important that when we gather together that we share and care and teach each other and never be worried or concerned about each other. And maybe we can find love in one another. For as we're approaching what I fear we're approaching, a time when everyone will be trying to get someone else's something, because there won't be enough of just about everything. Nothing to give, borrow, or lend, and you'll always want more than you have to spend. The only way to rise above meager survival will be to rise above yourself, who is your only rival. There is no they, no you, or me. There has always only been us and we.
Well, once I lived a life of a million, spending all my money, Lord, I didn't have a care. Taking all my friends out for a mighty good time, drinking bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to sink so low. I lost all my friends, I had nowhere to go. You know, Regina, if
you
ever get my hands on a dollar bill again,
What you gonna do, Amy?
I'm gonna squeeze it till that eagle grin, because nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket,
What's in your
there's
pocket?
not one penny.
Not
Oh.
Walt, you have to unmute.
I guess I had to unmute myself. Well, fantastic. Let me repeat myself for those of you who can't read lips. That was Amy Farabee and Regina Sanford. It's so good to see them playing together again. They've been to Common Ground a number of times. They are partners in crime down and around Norfolk, and they do some great work, including, not just music, but also some theater and a lot of community work. Great to see them and hear them. Amy will be with us in week 3 again, when she'll be in teaching guitar and also in the bluegrass singing class, where we'll be teaching 3- and 4-part harmonies along with Bob Lucas and Joe Troop. It should be a lot of fun. So come and learn to sing those stacked harmonies. Again, thanks to both Amy and Regina. It was great to hear you. Our next performer comes to us from the state of New Jersey. Now, the state of New Jersey is a state of mind as well as a state of place. I know because I lived there myself. It was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me, but I made it through. Now, I love New Jersey. For those of you who think that New Jersey is just a series of exits, it is much more than that, especially if you get up into, down in the Pine Barrens, of course, down around Cape May and the shore, some beautiful spots, and also up in the northwest part of New Jersey. So beautiful. And I may be wrong now. I think maybe Wayne actually lives in lower New York State, but he's right there on the borderline. Wayne is a wonderful mandolinist. He's had a great deal of experience. He's performed for years with an irrepressible, wonderful band called Out to Lunch, which features twin mandolins. He was recently on tour with Steve Martin. Yes, that's Steve Martin, who plays the banjo and makes us all laugh. And he's a main cog in our program that we're running this summer called Mandolins on the Hill, which includes a number of great mandolinists in not only in our virtual weeks, but also in our final week. We'll have Radim Zenkel from Czechoslovakia for the Czech Republic. And we will have Barry Mitterhoff, the great mandolinist of all things. And of course, Wayne Fugate. The list goes on. And we will feature Mike Marshall for our concert on the Saturday night on July 16th, and many more. Anyway, back to Wayne Fugate. Wayne's just wonderful. He's a great teacher. He teaches year round, and he taught us a lot about teaching online. We're very grateful to Wayne. Make welcome, I'll get out of the way here. Make welcome all the way from up north there, Wayne Fugate.
One, two, 3, 4.
about the Hudson Valley, where I've been living for the last 15 years, and it's called the Big Lazy River. It goes like this. In the cool, pale evenings of summer, when the fireflies light up the sky, the willow trees are weeping for someone, and the big lazy river rolls by. Well, I sit here a-singing, my rocking chair swinging to the rhythm of a sad country waltz. And the willow's still crying, her poor heart's a-dying, and the big lazy river rolls on. Oh, the bright lights of Nashville have ate me, they're shining on some other eyes. But come what may, of fortune and fame, the big lazy river rolls by. Willow and me in the big lazy river just keep rolling along. When the bright lights of Nashville have faded and gone, roll on, big river, roll on. When the cruel winds of winter confront us, and the snowflakes replaced fireflies, and the willows still weeping, and the big river sleeping, watch one more year roll on by. Oh, there's nothing so fine as the Catskills on the morn of a new fallen snow. Come mid-July, the willow and I will be watching that big river flow. Willow and me in that big lazy river just keep big river, roll on. Come what may, of fortune and fate, roll on, big river, roll on, big river, roll on, big river, roll on.
Wonderful from Wayne Fugate. Wayne was the one of the mandolinists there. And in the first cut, we got to see Barry Mitterhoff on the right-hand side, Mike Sassano in the middle, and Wayne over there on the left. Three wonderful mandolinists. And of course, in this last, the second selection there, Wayne was the mandolinist. I'd like to remind you of the amazing mandolin staff we'll have with us in week 3, which is July 10th through the 15th, and also at the festival. Listen to this list of mandolinists: Barry Mitterhoff, Frank Sullivan of Frank Sullivan and Dirty Kitchen, Grammy Award winner, Radim Zenkel from the Czech Republic, Wayne Fugate, who we just saw, Tim Porter, who will be teaching jazz mandolin, Christopher James teaching blues mandolin, and Katarina Lichtenberg and Mike Marshall. It's just an amazing collection of mandolinists. So if you know some mandolinists who aren't aware of this, give them a call or a text or something and have them consider signing up for classes. We're still enrolling. Wonderful. What great mandolin music. I'd like to have some of those mandolins too. There were some pricey ones on those recordings. Our next performer is a main cog here at Common Ground on the Hill. He's our recording engineer, and in fact, he's engineering this tonight and also going to play some music. Recently retired from his life as a firefighter. We're so glad that he retired. It gives him more time to do the other things that he really loves, which is to make music. And he's been studying at Berkeley School of Music, studying sound engineering. He's teaching 2 wonderful classes at Common Ground. One of them is GarageBand. For those of you who have GarageBand on your computer and go, well, I'd sort of like to know how to do this, but I don't. Well, you can take GarageBand from Phil Spiess, and within a week, you'll be a recording whiz. And why waste that app on your computer? Get to know it and come sign up for Traditions Weeks. And he'll also be co-teaching with Carter Gigrich an audio and live stream engineering class. So if you want to learn how to do what we're doing here tonight, to produce on Zoom and various other platforms, this is the class for you. It's a very helpful class, and once again, in 5 days, you'll be a genius at this. Now, all the way from well, it used to be Northern Virginia. I think he's living in DC now, and he comes up to Westminster quite a bit. And come up and see him. This is Phil Spiess.
Well, howdy,
Everybody.
the good news is that we're all still here again. Being a Virginia boy and living farther down south, I have this affinity of loving the country and then hating the signage that as you drive down the road, most of those signs tend to say Trump or Glenn Youngkin or stuff like that. And so the other day I had the privilege of mixing sound and working with this band American Aquarium, and this song struck a tone with me after everything that happened last week and is continuing to happen this week. And so I'd like to play that one for you, and then I'll play one of mine. And so here's to all the Common Grounders out there. I was born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the shade of a lone leaf pine, the proud southern son of Caroline. Born in the sh the proud southern son of Caroline. I'm proud of who I am and where I'm from, but I ain't so proud of how far we've come. On the backs of the poor, these towns were built, where every ounce of pride comes with a pound of guilt. There's a shadow here that looms long and black. It's always one step forward and two steps back. The only dreams that are worth having are the ones you can't chase down. They say sing your songs, boy, and shut your mouth. But I believe in a better South. Yes, I believe in a better South. Down here we're still fighting for all the wrong reasons. Old men still defend these monuments to treason. 'Tis the right side of history, we're always late, still arguing the differences between heritage and hate. And the only dream ain't worth having is the one you can't chase down. They say sing your songs, boy, and shut your mouth. But I believe in a better South. Yes, I believe in a better South. Sick and tired of listening to Daddy's generation, the byproduct of war and segregation. Still thinking they can tell all of us what to do, who can live where and who can love who. And the only dreams worth having are the ones you can't chase down. So sing your song, boy, and shut your mouth. But I believe in a better South. Yes, I believe in a better South. So, this next one's a little bit more positive. And I have an album coming out with a wonderful band, Probably Whiskey. And I had the great fortune of getting to work, also shameless plug. I had the great fortune of working with Harry Orlov as a producer, and it's awesome. Getting to work with someone so talented and actually able to make my songs sound better than probably what they are, but this one's off that album, and it's kind of in the same vein as Better South, but it's a bit more hopeful, a bit more kinder. I don't know that kindness is gonna fix certain people or certain things, but I think we at least need to be kind to ourselves these days. Self-care is the name of the game under COVID, or post-COVID, I guess. So I wrote this one under quarantine, and I hope you all like it. Alone he lays, a card beside the table, a machine to his heart. It beats along with a tube slid down his throat for ventilation. Isolation, an answer never found. Yet in these days, we and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Pressed face down, his hands cuffed behind him, with 3 knees, one upon his neck. His dying cries are, "Help me, I can't breathe." A cry heard many times before. Yet in these days, we and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Down by the bridge, you can hear a banjo, away from all of the corporate dreams. And he's returned to fight for the weary. Old Tom Joad has heard America's screams. Yet in these days, we and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Yet in these days, we and me together. Yet in these days, set the saber down. Yet in these days, bring love and compassion and close the distance that's in our world. Thank you all. Peace and love.
Hey, all right, Phil Spiess. Yeah, a little bit of compassion go a long way these days, right? And come to Common Ground on the Hill, Traditions Week 3 in person. We're back. We're back. We're going to be dancing around that fountain and socially distancing and singing and doing all the things that we're meant to be doing. It's not too late to sign up for week 2 and week 3. commongroundonthehill.org. Traditions Weeks. Our final performers tonight are indeed a fine musical family. Love it. I love it when families get together and play music. And these are 2 wonderful musicians. Brenda is the Columbia Orchestra concertmaster. Now, I don't know how a concertmaster ends up playing folk music, but it might be because it's maybe more fun, or maybe not. Who knows? But it's wonderful to have her here. And she's been the linchpin for our klezmer music workshop led by Barry Mitterhoff. Barry was just overjoyed when Brenda showed up for the klezmer class. And just wonderful, wonderful. And she's teaching beginning fiddle and beyond beginning fiddle. So for those of you who who want to learn to play that, the most terribly difficult instrument on the planet, the violin, have at it with Brenda. And Skip, Anna, what can I say about Skip except he's a great guitar player and he's been teaching guitar for years. He's a wonderful teacher, has a full bevy of students, and we're really happy to have him on staff with us. he attended Common Ground for a number of years before I finally woke up and realized, oh, wait a minute, this guy's a teacher. So make welcome from Columbia, Maryland, not Columbia, South Carolina, or the District of Columbia, but I believe Columbia, Maryland, Skip and Brenda Anna.
Hi, everybody. We're actually not from Columbia, but close by. We're from Riverdale Park, which is in Prince George's County near Washington, D.C. But I work in Columbia a lot. So, but we want to open up. One thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is the troubled waters we've got around us. You know that song "Bridge Over Troubled Waters," and I've been thinking, gosh, it'd be nice to have a bridge over these troubled waters, but we don't seem to have one. So what do? Well, seems like the best thing to do is that old saying, the only way out is through. So maybe we should just wade in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If Jordan's water is chilly and cold, God's gonna trouble the water. It chills the body and lifts the soul. God's gonna trouble the water. Sing along. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If you get there before I do, God's gonna trouble the water. Tell all my friends I'm a-comin' too. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. You want to talk about the next two?
We're gonna play another tune.
It's Irish. Okay, good. That was Down by the Sally Gardens, with lyrics written by
William Butler Yeats.
William Butler Yeats. And in honor of the season, if you know the words to this, feel free to sing along. The nice thing about doing this online is you can sing as loud as you want and nobody will hear you, and you can dance and you can do whatever you want. So feel free. Summertime and the living is easy. Catfish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your mama's rich and your daddy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With your mama and daddy standing by. And we're gonna finish up with something a little more boisterous. Okay, where did I put that? There it is. My important instrument. Okay.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Washington at Valley Forge, freezing cold, but up spoke George. Bo-bo-de-o, bo-bo-de-o-do. Crazy words, crazy tune, all that George could croon and swoon. Bo-bo-de-o, bo-bo-de-o-do. On his ukulele, daily he would strum, be-lum-bum, dancing, prancing. And then he'd holler, red hot mama, crazy words, crazy tune. All that George could croon and swoon was bo-bo-de-o, bo-bo-de-o-do. Washington at Valley Forge, freezing cold, but up spoke George. Bo-bo-de-o, bo-bo-de-o-do. Crazy words, crazy tune, all that George could croon and swoon was bo-bo-de-o, bo-bo-de-o-do. Thank you. Good night.
Yes, Brenda and Skip Anna with a little bit of that kazoo. The kazoo. I should let you all know that appearing at week 3 will be none other than the irrepressible Andy Cohen with a real calliope. And I think that Skip and Anna are going to have to join in that parade with some kazoo. I'm not kidding. He's pulling a calliope all the way down from New Hampshire behind his car, and we're going to have a bunch of parades. Imagine Andy Cohen playing the calliope. It's your perfect week at Common Ground on the Hill.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty exciting, huh? So what a great night here. I've really enjoyed seeing everybody and hearing everyone. I'd like to let you know what else is coming up this week. We will have tomorrow Celtic night with Karen Ashbrook, a wonderful hammer dulcimer and whistle player, and Saskia Tompkins, all the way from Baltimore, Canada. Wonderful Irish fiddler, really great fiddler. So it'll be a real strong night of Celtic music. On Thursday night, we're going to have Mary Flower, one of the great blues guitarists really in the country. She is really something. I don't think there's anyone else like her. Her style is her own, and it's incredibly musical. Mary Flower and Chris James from our own Westminster, who was recently on a Grammy award-winning album with Guy Davis. So we look forward to hearing them, and I'll keep the Friday night thing secret so that you'll have to come tomorrow to find out what's going to happen on Friday. But thanks to Phil Spiess for his work. Thank you, Phil. And Maria Wong, Matt Vinson, Linda Van Hart, everybody. We're coming to the finish line, folks. Imagine this is the third summer of this pandemic, and by gosh, we're going to be back for a week in person. Tell everybody you know. This is going to be a great festival, and as I say, we still have a lot of room in our classes. commongroundonthehill.org. Thank you all, and have a good evening.